What if you've been asking the wrong question about money all along? Most people ask, can I afford this? When the better question is, what percentage of my income is actually safe to spend? That's the difference between constantly feeling broke and building long-term financial security. In this video, we'll break down the safest percentages for spending, saving, investing, and enjoying your money. These aren't random numbers. They're based on personal finance principles that help you avoid debt, prepare for emergencies, and still enjoy your life without guilt. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how much of your income you can safely spend and how to adjust the percentages based on your own situation. Why your income doesn't matter as much as your spending percentage. One of the biggest financial myths is that earning more automatically solves money problems. In reality, plenty of six-figure earners still live paycheck to paycheck, while people earning much less quietly build wealth over time. The reason is simple. Money isn't controlled by how much comes in, it's controlled by how much goes out. Someone earning $60,000 a year but spending 98% of it is in a much weaker position than someone earning $45,000 but spending only 70%. The percentage you spend determines whether your future self has options or stress. That's why financial planners focus on spending ratios instead of income alone. If your spending keeps increasing every time your salary increases, you'll always feel like you need just a little more. That's called lifestyle inflation, and it's one of the biggest reasons people struggle financially despite getting raises. The 50-30-20 rule, a great starting point. The most popular budgeting guideline is called the 50-30-20 rule. It's simple enough that almost anyone can remember it. Around 50% of your after-tax income goes toward needs. These are expenses you can't easily avoid, like housing, groceries, utilities, insurance, transportation, and minimum debt payments. Around 30% goes toward wants. This includes dining out, entertainment, vacations, streaming services, hobbies, shopping, and other lifestyle choices. The remaining 20% goes toward your future. That means emergency savings, retirement investing, paying off extra debt, or building investments. The reason this rule works is that it gives every dollar a purpose. You're allowed to enjoy your money while still protecting your future. But here's something many people don't realize. This rule is only a starting point, not a law. The percentage that actually matters most. Instead of obsessing over the exact percentages, focus on one number. How much of your income are you keeping? If you're saving and investing less than 10%, you're making it harder for your future wealth to grow. At around 20%, you're building financial stability. Once you consistently save or invest 25% or more, you're giving yourself much more flexibility later in life. That doesn't mean everyone should immediately aim for 25%. The important part is moving in the right direction. If you're currently saving 5%, try reaching 8%, then 10%. Small increases create surprisingly large results over time because your investments have years to compound. How much should housing cost? Housing is usually the biggest monthly expense. Many financial experts recommend keeping housing costs below 30% of your gross income whenever possible. That includes rent or mortgage payments. If property taxes and insurance are included, even better. The reason is simple. The more money tied up in housing, the less flexibility you have for saving, investing, or handling unexpected expenses. Of course, in expensive cities, this isn't always realistic. If your housing costs are closer to 40%, don't panic. Instead, look for opportunities to reduce spending in other categories until your income increases. The goal isn't perfection, it is balance. How to adjust the percentages for real life. Life doesn't always fit neatly into budgeting rules. Maybe you're paying off student loans. Maybe childcare is expensive. Maybe you're temporarily living in a high-cost city. That's okay. Think of your budget like a set of adjustable sliders. If one category has to increase for now, another category may need to decrease temporarily. For example, while aggressively paying off debt, you might reduce entertainment spending. If you're building an emergency fund, you may postpone larger vacations. The percentages can change. The habit of staying intentional should not. the one spending rule that prevents lifestyle inflation. Whenever you receive a raise, promotion, or bonus, resist the temptation to increase your lifestyle by the same amount. Instead, split the extra income. Enjoy part of it. Save or invest the rest. For example, if your monthly income increases by $500, you could spend $200 on improving your lifestyle and direct the remaining $300 toward investments or savings. This allows your quality of life to improve while your wealth grows at the same time. Many financially successful people quietly follow this approach for years. That's why their net worth grows much faster than their spending. How to know if you're spending too much. You don't need complicated spreadsheets to know if your spending is healthy. Ask yourself a few simple questions. If you lost your job today, could you cover several months of expenses? Are you saving consistently every month? Do you regularly use credit cards because your paycheck runs out early? Do unexpected bills create financial panic? If the answer to those questions worries you, the issue probably isn't your income alone. It's the percentage being spent. Even reducing your monthly spending by 5% can create room for savings that compound over many years. A simple percentage plan anyone can follow. If you're wondering where to start today, keep it simple. Try to keep your essential expenses around half of your income whenever possible. Limit lifestyle spending so it doesn't quietly consume every raise you receive. Aim to save or invest at least 20% over time, even if you need to build toward it gradually. Review your spending once each month instead of waiting until financial problems appear. Most importantly, increase your savings rate whenever your income increases. These small habits matter much more than chasing the perfect budget. The right percentage to spend isn't the same for everyone, but the principle is universal. Spend less than you earn, protect part of every paycheck, and let your savings grow consistently over time. Financial security rarely comes from making one perfect decision. It usually comes from making dozens of small percentage decisions that quietly work in your favor, month after month. If this video helped you understand what percentage of your income is safe to spend and gave you a practical plan you can actually use, make sure to hit the like button so more people can find it. And if you enjoy simple, practical videos on money, productivity, and building a better life without unnecessary complexity, subscribe to Simple Ways of Life. We'll see you in the next video.